Hey there, it's Matt from Two Way Cops, Cops Supporting Gun Rights, and today I'm here to talk to you about Judge Roger Benitez. Who is he? What's his background? And why does the left not like him? But before we get into that, if you like the content you're seeing here, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button. Helps our message get out to more people out there, lets them know that not all the cops are out there trying to take your guns away. All right, moving on, let's dig into this. Judge Roger Benitez. He's a federal circuit court judge in California. Last week he overturned California's high-capacity magazine ban. This is not the first time he's overturned it. Should have been no surprise to anybody that it was going to happen. As soon as the ruling was announced, the left, the political left, the people pushing gun control, kind of went on the attack and started saying all kinds of things about Judge Benitez. For instance, Gavin Newsom, California's high-capacity magazine ban was just struck down by Judge Benitez, an extremist right-wing zealot with no regard to human life. Wake up, America. Our gun safety laws will continue to be thrown out by NRA-owned federal judges until we pass a constitutional amendment to protect our kids and end the gun violence epidemic in America. Okay, so let's unpack this a little bit. Right-wing extremist. Let's just focus on that part here first. If you do a Google search, you cannot find hardly anything other than he was born in Cuba. That's all it says. Nothing else about it. So what I ended up doing was I had to go back to the confirmation hearing transcript from when he was appointed a federal circuit court judge. And lo and behold, the person who presented him to the committee for the circuit court hearing was none other than Dianne Feinstein, the mother of gun control. And she spoke very highly of him. Tell you what, I'm going to throw it right up on the screen here, and you can read along with me. Skip the first highlighted paragraph, go to the second one. He was born in Cuba. When he was 10, his family fled to America after losing everything when Castro came to power. Pursuing the opportunities that education afforded him, Judge Benitez attained his undergraduate degree at San Diego State University and his law degree at Western State University. After law school, he practiced as a private attorney for 19 years in a general civil practice and was appointed to the State Superior Court by Pete Wilson in 1997. He served on the Superior Court bench for 4 years before he joined the federal bench as a magistrate. So this is the hearing to determine whether he's an appropriate person to make a circuit court judge. So that's the first bit. This is all from, again, Dianne Feinstein speaking highly of him. So then you go to the next quote I have here, and I'm going to put a link to this whole hearing transcript so you can go through there and read the whole thing if you like, but I'm just hitting the highlights. Like the previous district court nominees from California considered during the Bush administration, Judge Benitez is the product of our state's bipartisan Judicial Advisory Committee. The committee consists of 3 members selected by Senator Boxer and myself, and 3 members selected by the Bush administration. A nominee is only forwarded to the president if he or she garners the support of a majority of the committee. This process is designed to produce moderate, bipartisan nominees, and it is a model I hope the administration can more frequently emulate. The committee unanimously recommended Magistrate Benitez to the president. Okay, this is Dianne Feinstein talking about how she and Barbara Boxer, both no friend to gun owners, picked half of this committee that chose Judge Benitez and forwarded his name to, at the time, President Bush for nomination for the circuit court position that was available. So, again, and they talk about he was unanimously selected by 3 liberals and 3 conservatives. This is no right-wing zealot, as Newsom would like to refer to him as. The only other thing I could find, besides that he was born in Cuba, when I was trying to find information on Judge Benitez, and it popped up on some of the major news sites, was that during his confirmation hearing, there was discussion about him having a bad temperament and that he was rude to attorneys. So they actually addressed that during the hearings. And here is, again, Dianne Feinstein talking about that very point. I am very eager to hear the American Bar Association's testimony because as we tried to go back over the accusations of temperament, ill-advised temperament, and that kind of thing, it turned out that it all revolved around one incident, which involved the calendaring of a case on Christmas Eve. My staff got the transcript, and the attorney in the case said, "My goodness, you know this shouldn't prevent his consideration as a judge." So after more than 30 additional phone calls and talking to dozens of lawyers, Mr. Casey, not sure who Mr. Casey is, probably the guy who works for Dianne Feinstein who was making these phone calls, Mr. Casey was not able to come up with anything that he felt should disqualify Judge Benitez. So this is all that stuff previously was Dianne Feinstein talking highly about Judge Benitez. The next part here is going to be from Senator Orrin Hatch, who is a Republican from Utah. And let me read this. And again, you can read along. Judge Benitez comes before us today as a highly regarded federal magistrate with an impressive record of judicial service. Born in Havana, Cuba, Judge Benitez's life embodies the spirit and the strength of this nation. After coming to this country, he overcame numerous obstacles to put himself through college at San Diego State University and then obtained his law degree at Western State University College of Law in 1978 and has distinguished himself in a diverse, successful law practice in Imperial County, California. So this is not some rich guy. This is a guy who fled Cuba when the communists took over, came here, and then he's self-made. He put himself through college, got his law degree. He did all that all on his own. This is not some right-wing zealot like Gavin Newsom wants you to believe he is. He was selected by a committee of 6 people, 3 liberals, 3 conservatives. Dianne Feinstein, of all people, spoke very highly of him during his confirmation hearing. So the whole he's a right-wing and pro-gun nut job comments coming from Newsom and other people like him are completely unfounded. So why would he make the decisions that he's making? Maybe because he was in a country that was overrun by communists and the populace had been disarmed and were unable to do anything about it, so they had to flee. I don't know, maybe something like that. All right, and then let's talk about the whole he is owned by the NRA. Gavin Newsom, for people who understand things, Gavin Newsom comes across as an idiot because he knows federal circuit court judges are not elected. They don't get political donations. They aren't getting money from the NRA for their reelection campaigns because they're appointed for life. Newsom knows that. 99% of the people who are fans of Newsom probably don't know that, so they're just lapping up this garbage that Newsom is spewing. So just to wrap this up, Judge Benitez is came highly recommended by both conservatives and liberals. He's been on the bench for quite a while now. He just happens to be getting a bunch of gun cases, and he is upholding the Second Amendment. Apparently, if you are a anti-gun person, upholding the Constitution makes you a extremist and a right-wing zealot with no regard for human life. Anyway, it's all garbage. Judge Benitez is a squared-away dude doing his job, and we appreciate that. Thank you very much. And for everybody out there, please, if you like the content you're seeing here on the channel, like, share, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Let them know the cops aren't out there just trying to take your guns away. And always remember your ABCs. Always be caring.